slow down. But thank you so much for the two of you for making a little bit of time out of your day to come on to the podcast and speak to myself about yourselves, the band, all things music. It's very much appreciated. But before we actually get started with the conversation, how are each of you actually doing?
Yeah, we're great.
How many?
How are you doing?
Yeah, we're
okay?
great.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what I like to do with all my guests is I go back to the very beginning. I know that you are sisters, but
Yes.
where originally were you brought up?
Where?
Yeah.
In Slovenia, the town is called Kostanjevica na Krki. It's too complicated to pronounce.
Okay. And see, growing up, were the two of you exposed to music from a young age?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did that come from? Was that your parents playing music?
Yeah. Both of our parents were going to music school. Mother was playing accordion and father clarinet.
Right, okay. And so you would have had an early influence of music. Do you remember what age were you when you discovered your own musical taste? Because a lot of people initially, they listen to what their parents are listening to, and then normally when they become about 11 or 12, they discover new bands for themselves. Who were some of the bands, some of the music that you discovered for yourself that you started to enjoy?
I did at 14, I think 13, 14, I started to love AC/DC.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and I was enthusiastic by her, I'm a younger sister, so whatever she said was like holy to me at that time. So, yeah, so through her, I started to listen to rock and then metal too.
Right. I don't know what the music scene is like in Slovenia, but what was the first professional concert that you ever attended?
Mine was actually Metallica. It was the first big concert. Yeah, it was Metallica on stadium, and I went in the first row, and that was like the first and the last time I did that. So, yeah.
What year would that have been?
I think it was 99 or something. Yeah, long ago.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. What about yourself, Sasha?
I went to a concert of some Yugoslavian rock band,
Right.
but our parents still don't know that, so I'm not mentioning.
I'll edit that part out. Okay. What will make you laugh, Sonia, is my first ever proper concert was also
really?
Metallica.
That's great.
Yeah,
Oh.
1996. I seen them. So a few years before you, I travelled down to England to see them.
Yeah, that's great.
My friend had a spare ticket, and like you, ended up on the front row, and it blew my mind. It was so unbelievably good, and it's amazing that they're still on the go all these years later and just as successful.
I remember just this.
Yeah.
We just heard the guitar. I didn't see even any of members on the stage. I just heard the guitar, the riff, and everything. Everybody were moving, so I was just in the crowd. Yeah.
So, Sasha, you play, am I right in saying you play bass guitar?
Yeah.
And Sonia, I know it wasn't your first instrument, but you play the drums. So why did you both pick those instruments? Why did you not pick singing or playing the guitar or something else? Why did you pick those instruments to play?
We both went to music school for different instruments than we are playing, and we actually finished the classical music school. For classical guitar, me and Sonia, she was playing flute.
Yeah.
But then I switched to the bass guitar after many years of classical guitar. I was even teaching small children as a student classical guitar. Because I just loved the sound of the bass and I loved the feeling that I can play with my fingers. I had problems with playing electrical guitar because of holding a pick. It was easier for me to play with fingers. That's why I loved bass guitar. I started rehearsing bass and I stayed there.
And what about yourself, Sonia? Why was it the drums?
Because my teacher of flute also teach like drums. So I saw them. I really started to go to musical school. I was 5 years old. So probably it was impossible for me to explain to my parents at that time, oh, I would like to play drums. I was just watching them there and it kind of was in my head all the time.
Then when
I was a teenage
well?
girl, then I
just saw that Sonia, yes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, so you're back, okay. Sonia. Sorry, say that again.
When I was a teenage girl, then I properly went to one rehearsal space so I could try to play drums. Before it was not, I didn't have options, like I just saw the drums, yeah.
But you didn't have options, but it's funny that the two of you ended up playing bass and drums, because in most bands, bass and drums they're combined, they're a unit. They create the foundation of the song that allows everybody else. So it's funny you two being sisters that you ended up picking those instruments or ending up with those instruments.
Yeah, we connected through rhythm, so yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that the band started in 2003, which blows my mind because sometimes it doesn't feel that long ago, but actually it was quite a while ago. What makes the band successful? And I don't mean in terms of or what makes the band work, and I don't mean in terms of success, but to keep a band together for that long is quite an achievement, because you hear all the other bands talking and it's difficult to keep a band together. So to have a band that's more than 20 years old, what do you think has made the band stick together for that long?
If you ask me, it's our stubbornness, and we never give up. We are not quitters. We are not quitter. I'm not a quitter, and Sonia is not either.
Yeah.
And whenever it is difficult, when members don't have time, and some members went away, and to put another member to the band and start rehearsing the same old songs again, it's quite difficult, and start all over again. But we have each other. And whenever we talk to each other, and each of us is putting each of us up.
Yeah, it's Sonia, our life. You know, we are so connected. We hear each other every day with Sasha. So it's always talking about band. If we wouldn't have band, I don't know what we could talk about families and stuff like that. But I think music is the main thing that connects us as friends too, like best friends, because we always make plans. We always talk about, oh, what happened? Oh, where are we going? What will we do? How will we plan everything? And it's like, every day we talk about it. We cannot imagine being without this. So,
and it's I have to say something more. It's not just a band. That's we never. The band was active all those years.
Yep.
We finished high schools. We finished faculties. We are both engineers. We made a lot of things in our lives. We made families, buying homes and stuff like that. But band is the main thing always, and we are always really don't want to quit it. We're not going to quit it, like, never.
Yeah, it's clearly very important, but that's a really good thing as well. But am I right in saying are you the songwriters
Yeah,
for
we
the
are.
band?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
So how do you have a process of how you write a song?
Yeah, first we talk about the theme, or maybe Sasha finds out some riff or something what is interesting. So then we talk about it. What could be? What do we want to say? How would be the feeling of the song? Because we always want a positive feeling, because we know we will play it for whole our lives. We don't want to be like desperate or something. We just want a song which gives us power, because we want other to feel it. So the people will feel more powerful when they listen to us, because I think in life is so many in life there are so many problems that we don't need another problem out of music. We need something to lift us up. So we like powerful songs, and that's why if we had some time that we didn't feel good, we rather didn't write it than put it out something we didn't like. So it's always like talking together what we want.
We made a lot of songs, but we didn't release them all. We are really picky about that. It's not just, we're not just putting out everything, really. We want to do it really slowly, and we take time, because we are fortunate nobody's rushing us in our creativity. So we have time, and
because we don't want just have 6 albums or something. We want to be proud of each song. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's very much quality instead of quantity, rather than putting out something that's maybe you're not happy with, or something that could be better. Let's focus on the good stuff and get it as best as that it can actually sound.
And the same is with the videos and the producers of our videos. We could make so many more videos as we have, but since we are paying everything ourselves, we don't want to put out just some not very good video with not the best quality, and we rather spare the money and make a really good. We are making with the best producer in Slovenia the videos, for example.
I think that's a very good approach, because there is a lot of bands that do the opposite, and I think they feel that they need to keep releasing stuff as quick as possible so that people don't forget about them. But with that method, they put out everything and anything, whereas I like the approach of being a little bit more selective, but you're really happy with
it's
what
because for us this is not a project, it's a band. It's like lifetime project. It's not like a project which will disappear in few years. So it's like forever. This is forever. Each song is forever. So we have to be proud of it.
It also means that in 30 years' time, you can look back and you're happy with everything that you released along the way.
Yeah, and we will sing still then, Take Your Power Back or something. We will sing it proudly.
So with the songs, do you write a basic song and present it to the other 2 members for them to then include their parts?
Yeah, we usually record like a before demo something, or on classical guitar I play and we both sing, or we even more quality one with drums and bass and everything, and then we send to them, and we try with the singer if it's okay with her level of the height of the voice. And then we rehearse at the rehearsal space. We rehearse.
Then we adapt
every
the
week.
song to everything.
Rehearsals.
And when it comes to recording the songs, how do you like to record? Do you record everything separate, or do you record live?
Separate. Always. Yeah, separate.
Always separate. Yeah.
So
First it's
Sonia
Sonia's.
with the drums? Do you do the drums first and then layer
like
everything
that.
on top of it?
Drums, bass, guitars, vocals, backing vocals, like that.
And backing vocals, we all
of
sing.
course.
Yeah. I mean,
Mia, Sarah, and
the good thing about music, there's not a right or a wrong answer. It just depends. I think it depends on what style of music you're playing. There's other people I've spoke to like to record the rhythm section live, and it's maybe if it's country music or traditional music. A lot of the rock bands like yourselves like to do it the drums first, then the bass guitar, and then the guitar. They like to build it, and that's the beauty of music, is there's not a right or a wrong way of doing it. It's just different for each person. It depends what works, I suppose. But over the last 20 years, you've wrote and recorded a lot of songs. If you had to play one song to someone that's never heard the band before, what one song do you think best represents the band?
It's really difficult.
Yeah, we would need at least 3.
Yes.
Probably, because
really.
they're different.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. I like all of them. But I know you'd sent me over some information before we spoke, and I noticed that 2015 you had organised the first Women's Rock Day Festival. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct. Was it Dan Rock Zina?
Dan Rock Zina, yes. The Day of Women in Rock.
So
that's the day dedicated totally all female bands, and we organize it now. It's the 10th year.
Yeah.
And we invite 2 more bands that together we make a beautiful event in our hometown Ljubljana. And only women are allowed to be on stage.
Yeah.
Because whenever we performed, women were, the majority was men musicians. And this is the only day in a year when full backstage is from our female musician colleagues.
Yeah. And how difficult was that originally to start?
It was difficult, but we started because at that time there was another band from Slovenia. So we said we have them, so we will do it each year how it will be. So they were the first at that time on the first. And we also met before some Italian girls because we were on tour in Italy. We invited them. So when the first was done, it was easy. We will find every year. So we did until now.
Yeah.
Somehow we did.
Yeah, whenever we are playing around, we meet a lot of all-female bands.
Yeah.
But the problem is this festival is financed only by entrance fee. So we need to find the bands which are not that far away or which are on tour that's affordable for us. So last year we had real luck to have Nervosa. It was the biggest band on our festival.
I think I've never heard of another band doing that, so I think that's a really, really good thing that you've done. And for the fact that it's been going for 10 years is remarkable.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know that you have been outside of Slovenia, touring in lots of different places, but I know last year, 2024, you got the chance to do the full UK. So England, Scotland, Wales.
Yeah.
Where in Scotland did you play? Can you remember?
Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh, but the place was in the old town. Maybe if you say a name, we will remember.
There's
What
that
was the
many
place?
places, but
It was rocky. It was in the old
A really
town
great
in
place.
Edinburgh,
Yeah,
but really,
I don't remember now.
yeah, really nice. I forgot now.
how did you like? How do you like coming out of Slovenia and getting to visit all these other places and play? Is that something you quite enjoy?
Yeah,
Yeah, very much. Very much.
And
We
is that,
always have so much fun. We have now Sara on vocals and Mia on guitar.
yes.
We are such good friends. We
yeah,
became friends better and better on each tour. So now we really can't wait to go
yeah.
somewhere
We get
together.
along so good, and we're like family there. You know, it's like we're having fun,
Yeah,
laughing. I don't know. We are getting along. So yeah,
I think that's also part of what it needs to be like that in order to make a
yeah,
band work. Is that you need
yes,
personalities? You need to get on with the other members because you're spending a lot of time
yeah,
with them and playing in a band. Ego can be
yes.
it can be a bad thing if it's not if you are clashing. So
it's
it's really good
important that
that
we people from the band need to have the same goals. So if you go on tour, you need to know what you want out of it. It's like when we are on a tour, we want to impress people. We want to be there with them. We are not in backstage all the time. We always go and meet people because we
Yeah,
really like to meet people,
yeah.
and we take photos with them. We are really nice. We are not like, oh, come on with no pictures or something. We really like to meet people who likes our music. So it's,
And to hear
yeah,
stories. I love to hear stories when a fan comes who is a fan for 20 years of our band and he has all of our stuff to bring to sign. We were just looking we released one EP, the first one, which was really sold out really fast.
yeah,
And even I don't have it. And the fan brought it to me to sign. It was
yeah,
amazing, really. I like to talk about that when after show we have time, unless they push us to go to another town right away. But we always have 1 hour or something like that.
it's nice that you do that because it sounds terrible, but there is some bands that don't do that, that they forget about the fans, and the band wouldn't be anything
yeah.
without the fans. So it's nice to hear that you do that. And it was a long time ago now, but I think Sonia is reconnecting.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll just wait just in case. Oh,
Yeah,
You're
I don't
back.
know what's that.
so I was going to say, probably about 20 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
Wow.
And I went out for drinks with them. And, one of the biggest rock bands in the entire world. And they were the most normal, ordinary
Yeah.
people coming up and talking to me like a nobody.
Yeah.
And it was so nice to see that fame hadn't went to their head, or there were ordinary normal people who appreciated you coming along to their
yeah,
concert. Now they could have went to the hotel and not even spoke to myself, but instead we ended up going out for drinks. It was
that's
crazy.
awesome.
Yes.
But we're obviously early in 2025, so what is the plans for the rest of the year?
First, we need to organize this Dan Rogžina and sell enough tickets because people are coming from Ireland.
Right.
They wrote to us they're coming to Ljubljana to see us and the other two bands from Ireland, from Amsterdam,
Yep.
from
Yeah,
UK,
also, yeah.
is,
For Croatia,
and from
yeah,
Italy for now.
yeah,
Croatia, of course. So we need to do it really good. We have two amazing bands. One is from Serbia, Restore, and the second one is
Agony
Sonia.
from Czech
Maybe you
Republic.
can tell.
Agony.
From Czech Republic, yeah. And we are so proud that we could get them to this festival. Because the distance is also a big problem when you invite bands if you're a small festival, because everything is expensive. We pay for hotel and for a lot of expenses. So if it's hard to invite someone across the sea, for example, for us, maybe someday.
No, that's fine. But before we...
And the other plans, I'm sorry. The other plans are we are recording new songs.
Right.
We already made one, finished one, and we are waiting to release it. We are still thinking if we will make the video right away or we will wait a little bit. I don't know. We have to discuss. But we have planned to make a CD.
Like an album?
It's
probably EP,
first,
and then because we want to release it faster because everyone is asking when it will be, and then LP, we need LP as well because we don't have it yet, so we have a lot of work.
Sometimes an EP I sometimes think it's better because if you're maybe only recording 4 songs, you can focus on just those 4 songs, get them sounding as good as possible. Sometimes an album, as much as I love albums, sometimes it's overwhelming that if it's 12 songs or it's a lot of work. Sometimes an EP is easier to focus on.
Yes, it is.
That's really good. Before we end this conversation, though, I like to ask some fun questions before we end things. So I'll ask the questions and you can both give me your answers. So imagine you could go back in time, anywhere in the world, big concert or small concert. What's the one concert that you wish you could have attended?
I know, Sonia, the answer. We were talking 2 days ago. We missed, if you ask me, a really big concert back in time. But I don't know, we didn't have an internet or something. We didn't get the news. There was Pantera playing in Ljubljana in 2000 or 2000
I think still with Dime and Vinny. Yeah,
we didn't know. We were fans, and I don't know where we were, but we didn't go to that concert, and it was an amazing concert. And then they even went to party to one bar, rock club. We were partying all the time, and we came on Monday. And all the waiters said, "Why didn't you come? Pantera was partying here." And we were like, "Oh my God, we missed everything." So if you ask me, it was that.
Sasha, is your T-shirt Pantera?
It's a new one from Friday.
Yeah, we went to see them. They were in Ljubljana. So
I'm going to see them in 3 weeks' time.
Amazing show.
They're playing in Glasgow.
I was headbanging so much. I still have a network.
Luckily, I managed to see them once. I think it was maybe 2000. I saw them back in Glasgow, and it was great. It's crazy because I've still got the ticket for it, and the prices back then. It was so cheap. Nowadays, I think it cost me like £20 to go and see one of the biggest rock bands in the whole world.
Yeah.
But I'm going to see them again in 2 or 3 weeks' time. They're playing in Glasgow, so that should be a really good night. Okay, so the next question. As you both know, there's been lots of great songs written and recorded over the years by different artists. What's the one song for each of you that you wish you could have sat in the recording studio to witness the band record the song?
I hope she won't say the same one because I don't know which else.
I don't know what I would say. I have no idea.
You first.
Something by
I would love to be with Metallica when they were
Sandman,
recording
yeah.
Enter Sandman.
Okay, yeah.
that would have,
Yeah, that's
that
a
would
good
have been pretty
answer
cool.
because I really love the sound of the drums. Still, it's my favorite sound of the drums in any song. Yeah,
It's yeah.
I still think the Black Album is still
Yes, the whole album. Yeah.
sounding album to date. I still think it sounds better than all the recent albums. You know, Bob Rock producing that
Yeah, the producer. Yeah.
deserves a lot of credit, and rightly so. Another question for you. Just the first answer that comes to your mind. What is your favourite album cover?
Cover of an album, huh?
Do you have a favourite album cover?
Me neither.
I love covers of Iron Maiden because it's really artwork.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Eddie and really amazing artwork.
Yeah.
But first, I just remembered Guns N' Roses. I don't know why, because I really remember the cover of this black and this sign on the.
Yeah. For each of you, Sasha on bass, Sonia on drums, who would you say is your musical influence? Who are you most influenced by? Which other musician?
I would say,
as I said,
I would say Tommy Lee. Yeah, because of the energy he is giving out when he played drums, and whenever I notice a drummer, he must be enjoying the drums. It doesn't matter how he plays the drummer. I just want to see the energy. And Tommy Lee has the best energy behind the drums. And when I saw him first, it was like, that was it. It's like, I want to be like him, but I'm not like him. Yeah, okay. But I really enjoy playing drums too. I could not just sit and be stiff. I don't like stiff drummers. I like dynamic ones. So that is.
And Sasha, what about yourself for the bass guitar?
Steve Harrison from Iron Maiden and Gene Simmons from Kiss.
All great choices there. And then lastly, Mount Rushmore. Who is your for each of you, who is your 4 favourite bands? And I know the answer could change each day, but who is your 4 favourite bands?
Pantera, Metallica, we said it. Then 2.
Okay. From Norway, because Forrest is our dear friend, and every time they come to Slovenia, now they're coming, Sonia, 23rd of March, we are coming.
Yeah.
He's coming with Gorgoroth. Yeah, and
and AC/DC probably.
Really good black metal. Yes, and AC/DC.
Well, Sasha, Sonia, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It has been a pleasure to speak to you. For anybody that wants to follow the band, that wants to find out any tour dates, to find out any new music releases, you're on social media, really easy to find, so they can look you up, give you a follow, help support the band, and I wish you all the continued luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. See you later on.